Greetings everyone. This is the instructional description of how to make a digital portfolio using Google Sites. This is the alternative to Weebly, so this is hopefully going to give you guys some options if you're interested in making a digital portfolio for this year. So first thing that you need to do is when you're on your home Google page, if you go to the 3x3 box up at the top and you click on it, there's an application called Sites. And so once you click on Sites, it takes you to basically a default page. And what you want to do is click on New Google Sites, because there was an old version and they've updated specifically what kinds of sites that you can make. And so when you click on New Google Sites, you go in here and it gives you a listing. If you've already made websites before, there will be websites in here, but for most of you it'll be basically a blank page, and what you need to do is just click on this little plus sign that says create, and once you do that it takes you into basically an intro page. And what I've already done is created a Google site page. So when you click on this, it takes you to what would be a blank Google site, but I've already created this specifically for this purpose. And so this is your editing page for your website. Now, when you're creating your website, you want to establish a title page. So your home page needs to reflect your senior project. So Senior Project 2017-18. You could have a subheader here that has your name. You can be as creative as you want with the home page. It's really up to you. And then you need to have some specific unique identifier up in the top left here. And the reason for that is that when you go to publish, which I'll actually do for you here in a second, when you go to publish, you want to be sure that you have a specific unique identifier to give you a unique name when you publish your website. So when you're creating your site, there's three simple things that you need to know, and that's the real beauty of Google Sites, is that it's very simple and easy to use and set up and then publish. So what you want to do specifically is go to pages, and you need to have a page set up for every single assignment that was created for Senior Project. So once you create a page, that page is going to have specific documents related to your assignment. Now, when you've created that page, like for example the research paper page, you can go in and change an image. So you can upload an image or select an image from Google search or your gallery, and basically you can change the background and you can add whatever you want to it. But the most important thing specifically for this assignment is inserting the research paper. So the first thing that we covered was pages and being able to create a page, and you just click on this little plus button. The second thing is going to be inserting documents. Now you have a range of different things that you can do when you're trying to insert documents to every page. What you want to avoid is when you're adding a document, you don't want to add anything to the footer. The reason for this is that when you add something to the footer, it shows up on every single additional page that you've created for your Google site. So if you can, avoid adding a footer. The best thing that you can do to be able to add some information that you would like to have on the page is a text box. Now, a simple text box just allows you to be able to type information into the text box. You can change the font style to whatever you want, and then this basically shows up just on this specific page. And you can even attach links here if you want, so it's very versatile. But the other thing that you can add is images, or you can upload a document, or you can even embed a document. For our purposes, what's really nice about Google Sites is that it's integrated with your Drive. So for all of your assignments, everything that you've created thus far this year, everything's most likely going to be in your Drive. So when you upload a document from your Drive, it automatically takes you to your Drive, and my Drive has a bunch of stuff in it. But when you're in your Drive, what you can do is go to Classroom, and you will have your specific Senior Project Classroom designated. So when you click on it, it's going to take you to every single assignment that you've done this year, and when you're on this page for the research paper, for example, what you'll do is go to the research paper, and then you'll click on the button or click on the assignment. And there's nothing in my specific document here, but you guys would most likely have that document. And when you find a document, I'm trying to find a document. When you find that document, you can select a particular document and then hit Insert, and that document will show up on here. So this is a template for a digital poster, but specifically for this, you would be able to add a document like the research paper. Okay? Now, the third thing that we're going to talk about is specifically how to customize it. Now, you can change the theme, you can change the background, you can change the order in which you have specific pages. So if you go back to pages, you can, let's say if you have a gallery of photos from your project, you could have that gallery go towards the top. And so as you can see here in your toolbar at the top of your website, you can see that gallery is now listed here, and you can easily click on that tab to get to gallery. And then you can add photos or embed links, anything that you want to this page. Now you can customize everything based on what you want. So for this page even, I could change the specific format if I wanted to let's say a completely different style. I could change the color, I could change the font style. They don't give you a whole lot of options, but you can, sort of customize it to whatever specific style or font or sort of creative outlet that you want to add to it. So what I encourage you to do is play around with it, get to know what Google Sites has in terms of options, and then start adding your documents, because the sooner you get started on this, the easier it is. And what's really nice about this versatile feature is that when you publish your Google site, everything is visible, and so you won't have to turn anything in on the presentation day. Basically, you'll have a link once you publish your site, and then that link will be shared with the judges, and so everybody will be able to see all of your documents from the year. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is publishing. So once you've created your site, you know exactly what you want to do. You just go up to this little blue button here at the top that says Publish. And what it'll do is it'll create sort of like a unique specific name for you. Now I wanted example digital portfolio, so I just added it here, and then it tells you that there's too many characters, so it has to be specific to you. So I'm going to just shorten the word example, and now I have example digital portfolio SP 2017-18. This could easily be your name. Actually, I encourage you to put your name, so if you have enough room and space to add your name, that'll kind of make it more specific to you. Now, as a student, you don't have very much options in terms of who can view your site. The main option that most people have is being able to just share it within Sonoma Valley, but I have the option of sharing with anybody who has a published link. And so what we're hoping that you'll do is allow just people within Sonoma Valley to have the link, and then that link will then be shared with the judges. So anyway, I'm ready to publish my site, so I just hit publish. And once it loads, basically nothing is supposed to happen. The only thing that changes is this little blue arrow gets attached to the publish button. And when you click on this arrow, you can establish publishing settings. You can view the published site, which is the link that you'll share with other people, and you can also unpublish your site. So what I encourage you to do is make sure your site is in order before you publish. Once it's in order and you've published it, if you make any changes to your site, The key thing that I encourage you to do is hit publish after you change something, because unlike many of the other things that Google offers in terms of cloud services and being able to save things automatically, the digital portfolio and the Google site is saved. However, changes need to be published in order for it to actually save. So hit that publishing button, and then everything is completely saved. All right, thank you for listening, and good luck.